on. They're understanding the philosophy of life in Bhagavad-Gita. It is a continuous flow of explanation in different slokas. Mostly, we have to remember whatever you have understood in the previous lecture. And in continuation that now, sloka number 14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya, shitoshna sukha dukkadaha, agama payino nityam tan stitikshasva bharata. The Sanskrit also is little difficult in Bhagavad Gita, but I am explaining not word by word, just the meaning I will explain. Here, Sri Bhagavan explains some facts in our life. We experience different realities in our life. Hot or cold, or heavy or light, these are the physical realities we experience every now and then. But they are not constant. That is what is important. We experience for a certain time, then it finishes. Again, we experience a different. Suppose sometimes we experience the heat in the atmosphere. It vanishes after some time. And sometimes the cold is there. That also vanishes. So this is more important, that all these dualities, they are not permanent. That is what it means. Similarly, the mental dualities, pleasure and miseries. We experience pleasure or happiness many times. We experience the misery also many times, pain also many times. But nothing is permanent. This point is very important. Suppose if we eat some sweets, you like, you are very happy. But that happiness is not permanent. So that vanishes after some time. Sometimes we experience pain, whatever it is. But that is also not permanent. This we must note. This is our regular experience. We experience through our sense organs, particularly eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. We become happy for some time, we become sad after some time. But everything is perishable. That is more important. That is what is mentioned in these shlokas. That these feelings may be physical, heavy, light, hot, cold, or maybe mental pleasure and miseries. But we must look at them as they are temporary. They are not permanent. They are going to vanish. And when they are not permanent, here Lord Krishna or Bhagavan says, we have to bear it. So we have to change our mentality. We have to change our approach for these feelings in our life. Change it to, yes, we have to bear it. We cannot control it. So this is what is mentioned in this particular sloka, that all these dualities and different feelings which we experience in the life, don't think that they are permanent. Think it, yes, it is temporary. Enjoy it and forget it, or experience it and forget it, I can say. Don't make it a permanent thing. The next sloka is Yam hina vathayante te purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram so mrutatvaya kalpate. It is advice is given that these feelings are there, these are temporary, these are not permanent. Then what we should do? We should have an equal feeling for both. This point is little bit difficult to digest. You can understand, but digestion is very difficult. Because pleasure, we are always happy. But miseries, we are always sad. Sri Bhagavan says, why you are becoming happy and sad? Look at them as an equal viewpoint. Whether it is pleasure or whether it is sadness, be calm and quiet. Don't get disturbed. This can be experienced, but it will take a long time to master this technique. But there is no alternative, because whatever is happening in our life, we have to bear it. But normal person bears with happiness, pleasure, and he wants to get more and more happiness. He doesn't want the miseries and pains in a life. And this becomes more complicated. This makes our life complicated. But if you see towards all this with a equal view, whether it is a happiness or whether it is sadness. It's very calm and quiet. So then they will not disturb your life. They will not disturb your mind particularly. Otherwise, all these feelings, they are disturbing the mind throughout the life. And that is very troublesome. So this viewpoint is very interesting, very important also. With equal weightage. We are giving more weightage to the happiness, less weightage to the sadness or pain, and get disturbed. So he says equal. So samadukha sukham dhiram. Balance. Both things are balanced in our life. Then your mind will not get disturbed. Whatever is there, you have to experience. There is no alternative. But why we should get our mind disturbed? That is not correct. And that is explained here, that you should not get disturbed by all these things. Then in further next slok, nasato vidyate bhavo nabhavo vidyate satah ubhayorapi drushtontas tvanayos tattvadarshibhihi. From here, he is giving some more philosophy. And for that, we have to understand some basic concepts of Indian philosophy. We are experiencing this universe, our life, human life, animal life, and whatever it is. We are experiencing from our birth till today. But the question is, who has created this total universe? And whatever we are observing, it is a changing. Nothing is permanent. Even human life also, birth is there, death also is there. So who is the creator? Creator is a ultimate reality. That reality is called maybe Brahma, maybe Paramatman, maybe Ishwar, something like that. That is the energy. And the science says law of conservation of energy. So energy cannot be destroyed. So this is the reality. This is the original energy, which has given different name. Even the God also is representing the same thing. That energy has created this universe. That energy is maintaining this universe. And energy is destroying this universe. That is GOD, generation, organization, destruction. So that reality is very important. So we'll use word Paramatman for that. There are different words are there, but for our understanding, we use one word. Paramatman is an energy form who has created this universe and maintaining the universe. But somebody has to be there now, because science says nothing works without energy. And in the universe, everything is working. We are observing. Even the human life, animal life, plant life, everywhere changes are there, developments are there, destruction is there. So some energy is there behind all that. For this, modern science has given some philosophies also, some theories also. Big Bang theory, black hole theory, if you know. That is something explanation is given. There is no proof. It cannot be proved. Similarly, the Indian philosophy is giving this explanation. That Paramatman is, he was there, he is there, he will be there. Being energy, it cannot be destroyed. So there is no birth and death for that energy. So this is one concept, very important concept of our life of the universe, we can say. But similarly, our body also, coming to our body, individual body is also functioning. From birth to death, it functions. Every organ is functioning. Every cell in our body is functioning. And when everything is functioning, it needs the energy. And that energy is called Atman, or the soul, we call it in English. Soul or Atman is also energy. So there is no destruction. It is also permanent. But body is not permanent. That's what we are experiencing. There is a birth to the body, then deterioration is there, and finally it is dead, destroyed completely. So these two concepts, Paramatman and Atman, these are very important. And for this concept, he is giving further explanation in this. He is explaining the word to real and unreal. That ultimate energy is real, which is permanent. which cannot be destroyed. So that is real. And what we observe is unreal. This is also a concept also a little bit difficult to digest. We are observing our life, we are doing so many activities, and this Sri Bhagavan is saying it is unreal. But in the long term, in real sense, it is unreal because it is going to vanish. Everything is perishable in the world. Nothing is permanent. But energy is permanent. So energy behind the universe is Paramatman. Energy behind our body is Atman or soul. That is permanent. Because energy cannot be destroyed. So this is an important aspect is mentioned in the sutra also. That this we must understand. So unreal, that is our life and or everything, whatever we observe is unreal, that is not permanent. That is confirmed here. And what is real, that is permanent. Energy is permanent. It was before our birth, it was there. After our death, it will be there. It may be universal as Paramatman, or maybe Atman or soul. Soul also is permanent. So these two things everybody must understand properly. That is what is explained in the sutra. And these wise people, Sri Bhagavan says, wise people understand all this. And those who understand this and perfectly digest it, they are wise people. Others are normal. Then in slok number 17, further explanation is there. Avinashi tu tad vidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinashamavyasyasya na kaschit kartum arrati. And we cease telling again that you should understand that only one thing is imperishable, that is ultimate reality or Paramatman is only one thing in the universe, which is not perishable, which is permanent. But that energy itself has developed the total universe. So the Paramatman has developed the total universe, but which is not permanent. Same thing is confirmed here. And further he says that there is no energy which can destroy the Paramatman or even Atman. So Paramatman and Atman, Paramatman behind the universe, Atman behind our human body, they are energies, they are permanent, so they cannot be destroyed. That is one important aspect is explained in this sutra. The creation is perishable, but creator is imperishable. Creator is permanent. Creation is temporary. Let us come to the next sloka. Antavante me deha nityasya uktaha sharirinaha anashino prameyasya tasmat yuddhasva bharat. Coming to the human bodies. These human bodies are created and maintained by energy. But they are not common, they are not permanent. So all our bodies are perishable. They are going to die. And Arjuna was having some problem in the first chapter that he was in the war field. And the war has to start. So he has to kill all these relatives in the war. And for that he has got depression. How to kill our relatives, how to kill all that. That you must remember in the first chapter. It is answered here that all the bodies, or anyway, they are going to die. So why you worry, they say? Why you are worried about killing the actors? Because you, as a soul, you cannot kill anybody. And all the bodies of enemies also, they are as a soul, they cannot be killed. But the body can be killed. But body is, anyway, it is going to die. So here, Sri Bhagavan explains Arjuna that you don't worry about that. your duty is to fight, you fight. And when fighting means killing the others, so you have to kill. Don't get depressed why, how to kill and why to kill. Because bodies are not permanent. This important aspect is explained in the Sutta. Anyway, they are going to die, and that we also know it. Every human body is bound to die one or the other time. We don't know the time, but we don't know the fact. Yes, it is going to die. So same thing is confirmed here. All bodies are liable for death. So he's saying, Arjuna, that then you don't worry about killing and all that. Then in next sutra, shloka, ya enam vetti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhauto na vijanito nayam hantina hanyate. There are two aspects, body and Atman for everybody. So he's considering this body is perishable and Atman is permanent. That is why Atman cannot be killed. So he is saying to Arjuna that your Atman or the Atman of the other enemies also, including the Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, all enemies, brothers, all relatives, Atman cannot be killed. So you are not going to kill the Atman of all of them. Because that Atman is permanent, that cannot be killed. There is no death for Atman. So even if you kill the bodies, Atman will remain as it is. It will not be killed. So this is, you must understand perfectly. To think that you are killing somebody is ignorance, he says. You don't know perfectly, because Atman you are not going to kill. And we are going to kill the bodies, but bodies are bound to die only. So your action of fighting in war has no value as far as killing of Atman and all that. Atman will be permanently there for all others also. So Atman cannot be killed. Body is perishable. So understand this concept and start fighting. Ultimately, the suggestion is like that. If you can confirm this subject, that you are not going to kill anybody is Atman, and you are going to kill only bodies which are definitely going to die one or the other day. So you are not responsible for killing something. So with this thought, you should start fighting. Ultimately, the instruction is to start fighting, which Arjuna has already refused in the first chapter. So our time is up, so we'll stop here. Hari Om.